just wrapping that around. Keep it as tight to the, see the way I'm literally not letting it go away from the leg. Keep it as tight as possible, and I tend to just strap that all the way around. You cover the heel if you want, and back up. And that's smooth. So once that's smooth, it helps your strapping. If that's all creased, you might as well take it off and restart again. Next one then is what we call two anchors. So the calf is not, it's not perfectly round, so you tend to find that we don't tape perfectly around. We kind of go at angles. So see the way that's kind of, it's not perfectly in the circle, it kind of contours to the ankle. And you put two anchors. Same again, little helpful hint, I tend to have my fingers like a scissors. So if you see that, I'll tear. After I tear, I flatten. Okay, so it keeps everything nice and smooth. So it's like scissors, tear, and then smooth it down. Some of the books I'm going to refer to you, a lot of them will have an anchor down here. I don't tend to. Over the years I've just found myself, I don't tend to put that anchor there, because what happens is that you're in a rush, you put that on too tight, the guy's out about 2 minutes later he's back in, oh that's too tight in here, it's pinching on his fifth metatarsal, you have to cut the whole thing off and restart again. But you'll see it's still being done on books, and in America they do it the last, they have that on very light at the end. And I'll show you my way, and I'll show you some of the electric trainers' way to do it in the States as well. And you can practice whichever one you find comfortable doing. But this is where I put the anchor. We tend to use what we call a figure of 8 anyway, so I tend to use the figure of 8 first as my anchor in the bottom. So just down, around, back around, and finish. That's what we call a figure of 8. Okay? Tends to be used at some stage in an ankle strap. I tend to use it at the start. People might have it halfway through the strapping, nearly at the end. It's up to, that's different preferences. Now, next is what we call a basket weave. So, you go from the top of your anchor, so I'm doing this nice and slowly just to see, and so we go, you can do 3 of these all together, which I find some people in the States do, or I alternate them like a basket weave. So one up, and then since I have an anchor here at the bottom, I start right at the bottom of the foot and I anchor here. I'll do another one of them. You do 3 of these, and I kind of fan them out a little bit so they don't have to be one on top of the other. That's what we call a basket weave. Okay, so you have kind of 3 going that way, 3 going that way, like that wicker type scenario. Big thing with ankles, make sure there's no creases on the sole of your foot. That's the big thing. That's the big no-no. If you have creases there and you're running, that's going to irritate the skin and cause blisters, and the skin can break down. Same again, you're trying to reduce that there's no, you'll find it a little bit harder in terms of your tearing, but if you don't tear properly, you'll end up causing more creases in the tape. So, from there, we re-anchor, and now we're ready to do what we call our locks. So, I'll do it, slow it down, and then I'll do it all together. So, you're starting from the medial malleoli, you go down, around your heel, back up to where you finish. And I'm just cutting this just to show you slowly. In real life I wouldn't cut it, I'll just do continuous. Down, around the heel, back up, and finish. And you tend to do 3 of them. So basically, in fact, I'm actually doing a lateral and medial ankle sprain. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, so you're controlling both places. Okay, and then you re-anchor those in. That's your ankle. Okay, so reassess it then. Definitely he can't get the range of motion that he had. Good and secure. Okay. That's your anchor. Right, so